The anticipation didn't fade after their departure. In fact, it only intensified. As BTS crossed continents, the ripple effect of their journey continued to expand, reaching cities, communities, and fans who had been waiting, some for years, for this exact moment. In North America, the atmosphere was already transforming days before the first show. Tampa, the city chosen as one of the key stops for the ARIRANG tour, began to feel different. Hotels filled up faster than expected, local businesses prepared for a surge of international visitors, and the energy surrounding Raymond James Stadium grew more electric with each passing hour. It wasn't just another concert week. It was becoming an event that would leave a mark on the city itself. Fans arrived from everywhere. Some traveled across states, others crossed borders, and many flew in from entirely different continents. Each carried something personal, a story, a memory, a connection to BTS that made this journey meaningful. You could see it in the way they spoke to each other, strangers bonding instantly over shared admiration. You could hear in the excitement when someone mentioned a favorite song or a past concert experience. This wasn't just fandom. It was a global community coming together. And BTS was the center of it all. As rehearsals began behind closed doors, speculation reached new heights. What kind of stage would they build this time? Would the concept of ARIRANG be reflected visually through traditional elements blended with modern technology? Would there be surprises that no one could predict? Those who had attended the opening shows in Goyang hinted at something extraordinary. They spoke about transitions that felt cinematic, performances that carried deep emotional weight, and moments where the entire stadium seemed to breathe in sync with the music. But even those descriptions felt incomplete, because what BTS creates on stage is something that can't fully be explained. It has to be felt. Meanwhile, media coverage intensified. Headlines across major outlets highlighted the scale of the tour, calling it a turning point not just for BTS, but for the global perception of K-pop as a whole. Analysts discussed how this tour could further solidify BTS's position as one of the most influential acts in the world, not limited by language, culture, or geography. And yet, amidst all the noise, BTS remained focused. Those close to the group described a quiet determination, a sense that this tour meant more than just performing. It was about representing something bigger, about carrying their roots, their identity, and their message onto one of the largest stages in the world. That sense of purpose became even more apparent as the first concert day approached. The hours leading up to the show felt almost surreal. Outside the stadium, thousands of fans gathered long before the gates opened. Some wore outfits inspired by past BTS eras. Others held banners with messages of love and support. Light sticks, army bombs, began to glow as the sun slowly set, creating a sea of soft light that stretched as far as the eye could see. It was beautiful. Inside the stadium, preparations were reaching their final stages. Crew members moved with precision, checking every detail to ensure everything would run perfectly. Screens lit up, sound systems were tested, and the stage, massive, intricate, and designed to impress, stood ready. Then the moment arrived. The lights dimmed. A wave of silence swept through the crowd, quickly replaced by an eruption of screams that seemed to shake the entire structure of the stadium. It was the kind of sound you don't just hear. You feel it deep in your chest. And then they appeared. BTS stepped onto the stage and everything changed. From the very first second, it was clear that this wasn't just a performance. It was an experience. The opening sequence set the tone, blending powerful visuals with music that resonated through every corner of the stadium. Each member brought their own energy, their own presence, yet together they formed something unified, something unstoppable. The concept of ARIRANG unfolded not just through songs, but through storytelling. There were moments that felt grand and explosive, followed by others that were quiet and deeply emotional. It was a journey, one that took the audience through different moods, different themes, and different parts of BTS's artistic identity. And the fans responded to every second. They sang along, their voices creating a chorus that rivaled the sound system itself. They cheered, cried, laughed, each emotion flowing naturally as the performance progressed. For many, it was overwhelming in the best possible way. Because this wasn't just about watching BTS. It was about being part of something. As the night continued, highlights emerged. Moments that would later be replayed countless times online. A powerful dance break that left the audience breathless. A heartfelt speech that brought tears to many eyes. A surprise interaction that made fans feel seen and appreciated. It's not just about talent, although they have plenty of that. It's not just about production, although their shows are among the best in the world. It's about the way they make people feel. Seen, heard, understood. As the final song approached, the energy in the stadium reached its peak. It was the kind of moment where time feels suspended, where you know it's coming to an end, but you wish it could last forever. And when it did end, the reaction was immediate. Thunderous applause, endless cheers, a sense of disbelief that it was already over. But at the same time, there was something else. Fulfillment. Because for those who were there, it wasn't just a concert. It was a memory that would stay with them for the rest of their lives. As fans slowly exited the stadium, conversations filled the air. People shared their favorite moments, showed each other videos, and relived the experience in real time. Social media once again exploded with content. Clips, photos, reactions, all capturing different pieces of the same incredible night. And that was just the beginning. With more shows scheduled, more cities to visit, and more fans to meet, the ARIRANG tour was far from over. If anything, it was just getting started. The impact of that first North American show would ripple outward, setting expectations for everything that followed. And if that night was any indication, those expectations would not only be met, they would be surpassed. Because that's what BTS does. They don't just meet expectations. They redefine them. As the tour continues, one thing remains clear. This is more than just a series of performances. It's a global moment, a shared experience, a story still being written. And with every stage they step on, BTS is proving once again that their influence knows no limits. The world isn't just watching anymore. It's following. BTS is ready to take over North America. Fire. The ARIRANG World Tour is officially becoming the biggest tour ever by a Korean artist, with massive stadium shows, breathtaking stage production, and millions of fans waiting across the globe. From their powerful opening in Korea to their explosive arrival in the United States, BTS continues to break records and redefine global music history. With 34 cities, 85 shows, and over 240,000 fans already attending in Goyang and Tokyo, the North American leg is expected to be even bigger. Round Pushpin Tampa, Florida, Raymond James Stadium. Calendar April 25th, 26th, and 28th. Get ready for unforgettable performances, insane stage visuals, and emotional moments that only BTS can deliver. Purple Heart. Backhand index pointing right, like if you're excited. Backhand index pointing right, comment your country, globe showing Europe, Africa. Backhand index pointing right, subscribe for daily BTS updates.